Hi, 8th graders. Mrs. Riley here. I am going to show you a little bit about opposing viewpoints in context, where you are going to do your research for your persuasive essay. Once you have settled on the topic of your choice, this is where you are going to do all of your research. You can either click on Browse Issues to find your topic, or you can type it into the search box. My topic is going to be, is social media harmful to society? So I'm just going to type that in really quickly. Once you get to your topic, you will see a list of resources on the right-hand side. Remember, this is a database. It isn't a resource. It houses resources. So in opposing viewpoints in context, you will see a list of those resources on the right-hand side. So there will be viewpoints that were written specifically for this database. There are reference articles, which are like encyclopedia articles. You will see some statistics, pictures, videos, audio. The magazines are tons of different types of magazines, articles that were found in those magazines. News is for newspaper articles, and then there's academic journals, websites, and some related topics. So if you're not finding exactly what you were looking for, you might look in that related topics section. Notice the numbers out to the sides of these. That is how many different articles you will find for each reference resource. So when your teacher says that you need to find 3 or more reference resources, this is what they are talking about. Magazines, newspapers, the viewpoints, the reference articles, not 3 resources outside of opposing viewpoints. You will do all of your research inside opposing viewpoints. So you can either click on this list of reference resources, or you can scroll a little bit further and you will see different boxes with those reference resources. Notice that you see the numbers here as well. Only about 3 articles are shown in each box, but if you click on this, you will see a giant list of all of those resources. So in the magazine articles, there are like 3,000. That's a huge amount. So you probably will need to narrow down your focus and your topic by searching a little bit further. In this search box, you can type in a narrower topic to get your research more focused. Remember that you are in a database, so you can't type in a question or a ton of words or you will get no results. You just need to type in keywords to narrow down your focus. So I'm going to type in cyberbullying to narrow my topic a little bit. And you will notice that now my reference sources are much, much more reasonable and manageable. So we'll have less to choose from. Instead of 92,000 news articles, there's only 2,000 news articles. I am not going to be reading and doing all of my research now, but once you have started to click on some articles, you will record your research into your graphic organizer, your persuasive essay research graphic organizer. You should already have some questions written down that relate to your topic. So you can click on any of these references to find information that will help you to answer those questions that you put on your graphic organizer. So I had some specific questions about cyberbullying and what it is doing to students. So this article looks like it probably would answer some of my questions. So as you are doing your research, you might find that the questions that you wrote originally on your graphic organizer may be too broad. Or you may think to yourself, oh, that would be a great question to answer. And you can just add it into the document here. And if you need to add even more questions than you have spaces, you can always just click on the last box that is there and hit the tab button, and it will add a new set of boxes. So at this point, you need to make sure that you are doing more research than you think you will need, okay? Because otherwise, once you get to where you are writing your paper and you don't have enough information, you're going to have to go all the way back to opposing viewpoints and do some more research to get your paper completed, okay? You also need to make sure that you are paraphrasing anything that you put onto this document as you're doing your research, okay? It should be in your own teenage-friendly language, everything that you put on this document. If there's something that you don't quite understand, do not put it on your research until you have figured out how to say it in a way that a middle school teenage student would understand, okay? The only time you are going to copy and paste anything is if you find a quote from an expert where paraphrasing would decrease the impact of their words. So if you find a quote that has some statistics in it that are very compelling and they lend a lot to your research, then you might want to copy and paste that quote. However, most of your research should be paraphrased in your teenage-friendly words. Okay, so once you have looked at your research and you have found information that you think that you can use, then you need to make sure that you are citing your sources. You are going to choose citation tools because in a database, including opposing viewpoints and context, all your sources are cited for you. So if you click citation tools, it defaults to MLA 8th edition, which is what we use. You will click select and it will copy it for you, and then you can either hit Control-C or you can move your mouse over it and double click and hit copy and go back to your persuasive research. And at the bottom, I added a couple boxes, so it's probably on the second page, where it says list your sources below. You are going to hit Control-V or paste and paste your information in there. So whatever you are paraphrasing from this article and typing into your boxes up here, you need to make sure that you color code them to be the same color. So if you want to make this a specific color, then whatever notes you have from that research that answers one of these questions up here, make sure you put them the same color so you know which information came from which source. So I'm going to show you that really quickly again. You will just click Citation Tools. It defaults to MLA, hit select so that it will highlight it, and you don't have to. Double click on it to hit so that it will copy it, or you can hit Control-C, which is generally a little bit easier. And then you will just paste it into your research graphic organizer. Now, our screens may look slightly different, but all of the information is the same. If you need any help with anything, let me know. I am happy to help. This should be everything that you need to know about opposing viewpoints in context. Make sure that you answer the questions on the Google form on the website and you're ready to start your research.